Baldur's Gate 3 is a game full of choices, but some of its best content is hidden in places most players will never find. These aren't just random side quests, these are my picks for the top 10 secret quests ranked by how easy they are to miss and how they span across different acts. If you're not paying attention, you might go through the entire game without ever discovering them. Before we begin, 3 things you need to know. First, this video contains spoilers. If you want to experience these quests for yourself, now's the time to turn away. Second, the audio is AI generated. If that's something that bothers you, no hard feelings, but this might not be the video for you. And finally, don't let this video be the secret you miss. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content so I can keep making more of it, because I genuinely love doing this. With that out of the way, let's dive into 10 of the best hidden quests in Baldur's Gate 3. In Baldur's Gate 3, the sentient amulet holds the spirit of a tormented monk, cursed to laugh for eternity. The moment you put it on, the laughter takes over, deep, uncontrollable, and haunting. This amulet isn't just another trinket, it's a prison. And the only way to set things right is to follow its story to the end. It all begins in Grimforge during Act 1, hidden inside an unassuming chest. Many players will walk right past it, never knowing what secrets it holds. But if you take the amulet with you, the mystery deepens in Act 3. At the Open Hand Temple in Rivington, you'll learn of its connection to the monk's only remaining family, a woman named Shira Clarwin. Except she's already gone, and now it's up to you to decide the monk's fate. You can choose to take his curse upon yourself, suffering the same madness that consumed him. If you fail, you'll face a permanent loss of wisdom, but in return, you'll gain the ability to cast Tasha's hideous laughter, forever carrying his burden. Or, if you refuse, the monk turns violent, lashing out from beyond the grave. A battle erupts, and if you can defeat him, his soul is finally put to rest. The reward? A purified version of the amulet, now granting a powerful shatter spell and a key restoration ability, a game changer for monks. This isn't just another side quest. It's a rare, hidden mystery, blending dark humor, tragedy, and consequences, one that can be easily missed, but for those who seek it out, it's a story worth experiencing.
My friend, forgive me, for this mind was not mine own. May laughter be thy gift, never thy curse.
In Baldur's Gate 3, the Githyanki Egg quest is one of the more morally complex choices players will encounter, weaving together themes of deception, cultural interference, and the weight of responsibility. It all begins in Act 1, where, while traveling through the mountain pass, players meet Lady Esther near the Trielta Crags waypoint. She has one request: retrieve a Githyanki egg from the Kreshulek and deliver it to her on behalf of the Society of Brilliance, who claim they want to study it. A seemingly simple task, but like most things in Baldur's Gate 3, the reality is far more complicated. The egg itself is heavily guarded deep within the Rosimorn Monastery, housed in the Githyanki hatchery. To secure it, players must either talk their way through the Githyanki caretakers, rely on deception, or engage in outright combat. If the egg is stolen and delivered to Lady Esther, it initially seems like a completed quest. But in Act 3, the truth surfaces. Lady Esther's plans were far from noble. The hatched Githyanki, now known as Taurus, was subjected to brutal experiments and mistreatment, ultimately leading to a violent and tragic fate. But there are other ways to handle this quest. A particularly clever approach is to swap the Githyanki egg with an owlbear egg, tricking Lady Esther into believing she got what she wanted while keeping the original egg safe. Another option is to hold on to the egg, which has a surprising impact on Lysel's character arc. If the egg remains in her inventory until the very end of the game, she acknowledges its significance, and it becomes a symbol of her growth, breaking away from the rigid ideals of her people and forging her own path. This quest stands out not just for its hidden nature, but for its long-term consequences. Whether you play as a trickster, a ruthless opportunist, or a protector of the Githyanki legacy, the Githyanki Egg quest ensures that every decision you make carries weight, echoing into the game's final moments.
I killed him. I killed all these people. I am no better than any of them.
Deep in Act 3, in the Circus of the Last Days, you'll find Akabi the Genie, a trickster with a gambling problem. He invites you to play a game of chance, and as expected from a genie, the odds are definitely not in your favor. Most players will assume the game is rigged, and they'd be right. But if you catch Akabi cheating, you can expose his trickery, which, as you might guess, really doesn't sit well with him. Things escalate, and Akabi teleports you to a pocket dimension as punishment. This hidden realm is the Jinni's Hollow, a mystical area packed with treasure. The real prize? Nirulna, one of the best weapons in the game. A legendary trident that returns when thrown, deals thunder damage in an area, and grants immunity to slipping on ice. A rigged game, a furious genie, and an unexpected legendary weapon? That's what makes Akabi's little scam one of Baldur's Gate 3's most rewarding secret quests.
Akabi is tired of the Wheel of Wonders. He is now closed.
Deep within the Underdark of Baldur's Gate 3, there's a secluded and easily overlooked area known as the Festering Cove. Home to the enigmatic Kuo-Toa, a tribe of amphibious creatures fervently worshipping their deity, Boo-All. This hidden enclave offers players a unique mix of exploration, moral dilemmas, and intriguing rewards. Finding the Festering Cove requires keen observation and a bit of daring. One entrance lies northeast of the Arcane Tower, near the decrepit village, nestled behind a hazardous field of torch stalks, plants that explode when disturbed. Amidst this dangerous terrain, an unassuming cragged rock hides the way forward. By carefully maneuvering through the area and hopping across precarious mushrooms, players can descend into the cove, stumbling upon one of the game's strangest encounters. Upon arrival, the Kuo-Toa tribe, led by the zealous Pooldrip, are in the middle of an intense ritual. Here, players face several choices that will determine their standing with the tribe and the fate of its worship. The Kuo-Toa may demand a sacrifice, insisting that one of the player's own companions be offered up to Boo-All. If the demand is met, the remaining party members receive Boo-All's benediction, granting an advantage on attacks against bleeding enemies. A less brutal option is to challenge Boo-All's divinity, which escalates into a battle against both the deity and his followers. Should players emerge victorious, they are rewarded with the Sickle of Boo-All, a weapon imbued with mysterious power. The final and perhaps most amusing choice is to persuade the Kuo-Toa that the player is their new god, requiring high charisma or performance skill checks. If successful, the tribe abandons their old faith and begins worshipping the player instead, offering a completely different narrative outcome. Beyond these interactions, the Festering Cove hides other rewards. The southern shallows conceal a submerged treasure chest filled with magical arrows. A slippery chain shirt, useful for dodging attacks, is locked away in a gilded chest accessible only by navigating across clusters of floating mushrooms. The Festering Cove is an easily missed but fascinating location, perfectly capturing Baldur's Gate 3's sense of discovery and consequence. Whether players engage in dark rituals, dismantle a false god, or walk away with a devoted following, this strange and secretive cove offers an experience unlike any.
You've made your offering. Even better, you made a mess.
In the expansive world of Baldur's Gate 3, players may encounter a peculiar creature known as the Strange Ox. This enigmatic being appears in multiple locations throughout the game, each time shrouded in mystery and offering unique interactions that can significantly impact the player's journey. The first meeting with the Strange Ox occurs in the Druid Grove during Act 1, where it stands among the other animals near the traders. Unlike its mundane counterparts, this ox has an unsettling presence, one that only becomes stranger when players with the ability to speak with animals attempt a conversation. The ox is cryptic, speaking in riddles and hinting at a purpose far beyond simple livestock duties. It reveals only one concrete goal: to reach Baldur's Gate. At this stage, players can let it go on its way or force a confrontation, where the ox reveals its true nature, transforming into a powerful ooze-like creature. Defeating it rewards the player with the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring, an item that enhances its wearer's abilities, adding an unexpected twist to what seemed like an ordinary farm animal encounter. If spared, the Strange Ox makes its way to the Last Light Inn in Act 2. Hidden among the stables behind Damon's Forge, it remains as mysterious as ever. once again hinting at its ultimate destination. Players who engage with it further can press it for answers, but the ox remains steadfast in its cryptic responses. Whether to help it along its way or confront it again remains a choice, one that continues to shape its strange journey. By Act 3, the strange ox reaches Rivington, now hiding inside a stable near the requisition barn. Here, it finally reveals its true form and asks for help sneaking into Baldur's Gate. This initiates the Help the Devilish Ox quest, where players must smuggle the creature across the city checkpoints by carrying a strange apple, which, once delivered, allows the ox to resume its original form. Successfully completing this task rewards players with a slightly slimy note, a strange token of gratitude from an even stranger being. However, if players choose to challenge the ox here, it leads to a climactic battle, with its defeat granting valuable rewards such as the Hat of Fire Acuity and the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring. What starts as an odd interaction in a peaceful grove transforms into a multi-act mystery that can end in either betrayal, discovery, or cooperation. Whether you choose to aid this bizarre traveler or cut its journey short, the Strange Ox's presence ensures that even the most unassuming creatures in Baldur's Gate 3 may hold secrets, waiting to be uncovered.
Are you satisfied?
Deep in the heart of Baldur's Gate 3's lower city lies Sorcerous Sundries, a place teeming with arcane artifacts, hidden vaults, and ancient secrets. Among its many wonders, one stands out, a mysterious, peculiar lamp, tucked away behind layers of illusions and magical defenses. Those who stumble upon it may think it's just another trinket, but this unassuming object hides a trap unlike any other. To find the lamp, players must first gain access to Sorcerous Sundry's vault, a challenge in itself. The vault is a labyrinth of magical portals, puzzles, and hidden passages, requiring sharp perception and a keen sense of exploration. Beyond a concealed wall, nestled behind a treasure chest, a barely noticeable button unlocks a secret chamber. Resting upon a modest altar, waiting for the unsuspecting adventurer, is the peculiar lamp. Curiosity leads to temptation, and once the lamp is touched, the world shifts. The player is instantly transported inside, finding themselves trapped in an otherworldly boudoir adorned with luxury. This is no ordinary prison. It belongs to Yafeo, a Jinni who, after being freed, wastes no time in revealing the grim reality of the situation. Someone must take his place inside the lamp, and unfortunately, he has no intention of returning. With a smirk, he vanishes, leaving the player locked away in the very prison they unwittingly opened. Escaping requires wit and resourcefulness. The chamber is filled with treasures, potions, scrolls, and magical curiosities, but none offer a way out. However, hidden within a gilded chest, a scroll of Summon Quasit provides a sinister solution. By summoning a Quasit, the player can trick the lamp into accepting a new prisoner in their place, allowing them to slip free while the unfortunate creature remains trapped. Those skilled in magic may find alternative means, such as using Find Familiar, or even a well-placed mage hand, proving that in Baldur's Gate, a little creativity goes a long way. The Sorcerous Sundry's peculiar lamp is a perfect example of Baldur's Gate 3's unpredictable and choice-driven storytelling. What begins as a simple discovery turns into a high-stakes puzzle, forcing players to consider the consequences of their curiosity. Do you accept your fate and remain a prisoner, or do you sacrifice another to regain your freedom? Whatever choice you make, one thing is certain: never trust a Jinni.
Summon? Curse this wretched head, why did I not think of that? Such ingenuity should be rewarded. Here, good tidings upon you.
In Baldur's Gate 3, the Free the Artist quest takes players through a journey of mystery, supernatural curses, and difficult choices. It begins in Act 1, where players stumble upon Oscar Fevrus, a talented painter trapped in the Zentarum hideout west of Joaquin's Rest. Oscar is being held against his will, forced to paint for his captors, and the only way to free him is through negotiation, persuasion, or brute force. Brem, the Zentarum merchant overseeing Oscar, offers to release him in exchange for a hefty sum of gold, though with the right skills, the price can be lowered or even avoided entirely. Once freed, Oscar expresses his gratitude, mentioning his wealthy patron, Lady Janath, and promising a reward when he reaches Baldur's Gate. With that, he departs, leaving players wondering if they will ever see him again. Much later in Act 3, the story picks up again when players arrive at Lady Jannath's estate in the lower city. Upon arrival, it becomes clear that something is terribly wrong. The estate is haunted, its halls filled with poltergeists, cursed skulls, and an eerie atmosphere of dread. A worried butler hints at disturbing events inside, and when players investigate further, they find Oscar himself, possessed by a malevolent force. Lady Jannath pleads for help, but Oscar is no longer in control of his own body. The only way to subdue him without killing him is to enable non-lethal attacks, found in the passive section of the skill bar. Once he is knocked out, the immediate threat subsides, but the true source of the haunting still lingers. To break the curse binding Oscar, players need a rare artifact known as the Torch of Revocation, an item capable of dispelling even the most powerful curses. The torch, however, is not easy to obtain. It is held by Mystic Carrion, a powerful and secretive necromancer who resides in Filgrave's mansion. Gaining access to his lair requires breaking through magical barriers, either by force or through the use of spells like Knock. Inside, Mystic Carrion offers a sinister bargain. He will give up the torch, but only if the player retrieves the body parts of his former servant, Thrumbo. Choosing to complete this task or finding an alternative method leads to the eventual retrieval of the Torch of Revocation. Armed with the torch, players return to Lady Jannath's estate, where the final mystery unfolds. The true source of the haunting is revealed to be a portrait painted by Oscar himself, infused with the restless spirit of his former lover, Carrie. The Torch of Revocation can be used to banish Carrie's spirit, but this moment presents an important choice. Should Oscar be allowed to live with the consequences of his past, or should he face justice for the torment he has caused? The outcome of this decision shapes the final moments of the quest, with different rewards and story developments based on the player's actions. The Free the Artist quest is a shining example of Baldur's Gate 3's intricate storytelling. What begins as a simple act of mercy in Act 1 spirals into a supernatural mystery in Act 3, forcing players to deal with the consequences of past choices. Between moral dilemmas, hidden lore, and challenging encounters, this is one quest that is as unforgettable as the artwork Oscar leaves behind.
A debt I'll spend a lifetime repaying. As for you, my noble friend, our account can be settled far more quickly. Come upstairs to my atelier. I promise you'll leave with something priceless.
In Baldur's Gate 3, the quest Find Dribbles the Clown takes players on one of the game's most bizarre and unsettling scavenger hunts. It all begins in Act 3, at the Circus of the Last Days in Rivington. The circus, filled with colorful characters and odd performances, quickly takes a dark turn when players witness a performance by Dribbles the Clown, or at least what seems to be Dribbles. As the act unfolds, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary clown, but a doppelganger posing as him, aligned with the Absolute. After dealing with the imposter and his allies, players can speak with Lucretius, the circus ringmaster, who reveals the real Dribbles has gone missing. Something gruesome has happened to him, and it's up to the player to uncover the truth. The search for Dribbles becomes a grisly task, as players soon learn that his body has been dismembered, with various parts scattered throughout the lower city. Each location presents its own challenges. Some require sneaking past guards, breaking into hidden basements, or searching the depths of the city's underground ruins. As players gather each piece, the horror of Dribble's fate becomes clear. His severed hand is found in the circus itself, a grim reminder that his killers left trophies behind. His torso is hidden in tunnels beneath Rivington, among corpses used in a disturbing display. His pelvis rests inside an abandoned house near Basilisk Gate, locked behind a door requiring careful lockpicking. His arm is tucked away in a barricaded house east of Sorceress Sundry's, leading to a hidden basement where it remains. His leg is deep in the cave beneath Lavernica's home, illuminated by eerie light. His foot is found in a house southeast of the Blushing Mermaid Tavern, requiring access through a hidden basement. Finally, his head is discovered in the Undercity ruins near the Temple of Baal, where it hangs among the many corpses left behind by the city's most brutal killers. Once all of Dribble's parts are collected, returning them to Lucretius leads to an unsettling revelation. She promises to bring him back, but with improvements. What exactly that means remains unclear, but the implications are as eerie as they are comedic. As a reward, players receive the Spellmight gloves, powerful gear that enhances spellcasting abilities. The Find Dribbles the Clown quest is a perfect blend of dark humor and investigative horror, a side story that weaves into Baldur's Gate 3's overarching themes of deception, murder, and mystery. What begins as a simple circus act spirals into a morbid scavenger hunt, forcing players to piece together one of the city's strangest and most gruesome tales.
Praise the Absolute.
In Baldur's Gate 3, the quest to find the Blood of Lathander is one of the most rewarding yet perilous challenges players can undertake. This legendary mace, imbued with the radiant power of the Morning Lord, is hidden within the Rosy Morn Monastery, a place now overrun with hostile forces and ancient secrets waiting to be uncovered. The journey begins as players explore the monastery, where they may come across a note from a devoted worshipper of Lathander, hinting at the existence of a sacred relic. This clue sets in motion a search for one of the most powerful weapons in the game, one that requires solving puzzles, navigating deadly traps, and making critical choices. At the heart of the quest is the ceremonial weapons puzzle, a trial designed to test the worthiness of those who seek the relic. Scattered throughout the monastery are 3 ceremonial weapons: a mace, a battle axe, and a warhammer, each hidden in different locations. The mace is in the hands of a kobold looter on the ground floor, the battle axe lies near a guardian of faith on the upper level, and the warhammer rests in an eagle's nest atop the monastery. Once all 3 are collected and placed on their respective altars in the main hall, a hidden compartment reveals the Dawn Master's crest, a vital key to progressing deeper into the monastery's secrets. With the Dawn Master's crest in hand, players must seek out 2 ancient statues within the monastery and adjust them to face east and west, symbolizing the sun's rise and fall. Doing so unlocks a hidden passage leading to the monastery's most sacred chamber, where the Blood of Lathander awaits. However, this is no simple treasure to claim. The chamber is heavily fortified with magical defenses, and attempting to seize the mace without the crest in place will trigger a deadly failsafe, a catastrophic explosion that can obliterate the entire monastery. For those wise enough to disable the traps, the Blood of Lathander becomes theirs to wield. More than just a weapon, this legendary mace radiates divine energy, unleashing powerful radiant damage against foes, particularly devastating to the undead. It also carries an ability that can heal its wielder, making it one of the most coveted weapons in the game. The quest for the Blood of Lathander is a shining example of Baldur's Gate 3's commitment to rewarding exploration, intricate puzzles, and meaningful choices. Whether players embrace the teachings of Lathander or simply seek the power of this legendary relic, uncovering its secrets remains one of the most thrilling and dangerous challenges in the game. In Baldur's Gate 3, the quest to uncover the necromancy of Thay is a descent into forbidden knowledge, presenting players with both the temptation of immense power and the dangers of meddling with dark magic. This ancient tome, brimming with necromantic secrets, is hidden deep within the Blighted Village, waiting for those bold enough to seek it out. The journey begins in the Apothecary's Cellar, a seemingly ordinary underground chamber concealed within a house in the Blighted Village. A keen eye will reveal a hidden hatch behind the counter, leading players deeper into the cellar. Within this dimly lit space, a lever hidden behind crates unlocks a secret passage, drawing adventurers further into the unknown. But standing between them and the forbidden tome is a mysterious ornate mirror, a sentient entity that poses riddles to test the player's intentions. Answering correctly grants passage, revealing the resting place of the necromancy of Thay, though the book remains sealed by ancient magic. To break this seal, players must venture into the Whispering Depths, a cavern beneath the village, accessed through a well in the town square. This eerie underground lair is crawling with phase spiders, with the phase spider matriarch lurking deep within, guarding a dark amethyst, the key to unlocking the tome. Only by overcoming these deadly foes can players retrieve the amethyst and return to claim their prize. With the dark amethyst in hand, the book can finally be opened, but this decision is not without consequences. Delving into its pages grants the reader access to powerful necromantic magic, but the knowledge comes at a cost. The tome's sinister influence lingers, threatening to corrupt those who dare to embrace its secrets. Alternatively, players may choose to destroy the book using radiant magic, such as the Guiding Bolt spell, though doing so summons vengeful shadows, turning the destruction of the book into a battle for survival. For those who wish to unlock the book's final reward, their journey must take them to Sorceress Sundry's in Act 3. Hidden deep within the Sorceress Sundry's vault, behind magically sealed doors and arcane puzzles, lies Elminster's room, where the Tharchiate Codex is kept in a display case. Deciphering this codex requires the same character who originally read the necromancy of Thay, revealing the full extent of its power. The ultimate reward, Danse Macabre, grants the ability to summon ghoulish minions, turning the wielder into a true master of undeath. The necromancy of Thay is not just another quest, it is a test of morality, power, and consequence. Those who succumb to its temptations may find themselves wielding abilities far beyond what most can comprehend, while those who destroy it will forever wonder what might have been. In Baldur's Gate 3, few quests offer such a direct confrontation with the allure of dark magic, making this one of the most thrilling and impactful discoveries in the game.
By your power. But as you close the book, a nagging doubt whispers in your mind. What consequences will there be for calling the dead from their rest?